Hello, this is Alicia with Ali.plans.cuteness, and I just have a quick follow-up video. I just did an unboxing where I got some new foilables and CheerFoil, and of course I had to play with it. And so I had mentioned in that video that I do not have a mink machine. I just use my laminator, and I didn't love the results. But this time it came out so perfect. So I'm hoping that I'm learning, and I was so excited that I had to share, so I will be sharing with you. So just a couple of things that I wanted to show you about my experience with the foil, and then if you have tips, please leave them in the comments because I am learning. So this is the most recent. Again, I just got this foil today. It really turned out beautiful. You don't see a lot of black speckles. And this is on the Pink and Main foilable sheets. So it's the Pink and Main CheerFoil using the Pink and Main foilable sheets. And I think that was helpful. And you can even see, I think looking at these is almost easier sometimes to see. There's no speckles really. There's maybe, I see like one little speckle right there, but you can see that this foil, and there's one more, is mostly clear. And so this made a really nice image. And so I just wanted to show you some of the things that I've had in the past that have not worked as well, and let you know what I did to get this, and hopefully that is a strategy that's going to work moving forward. So this is one of the first ones that I did with my first set of CheerFoil, and I think I got this design. I got a couple you'll see that were in the, I got a big grab bag from Pink and Main, and so some of them were not things that I think I would use a lot, like this. There was some like sympathy and loss type foils, and so, or foilables, and so I thought, let me play with those because I don't really see myself using them or giving them to somebody. Maybe I'll cut out like the mother or cut out the flowers, but definitely don't plan to use the sympathy sentiments. But you can see this comparatively, it's not terrible. I don't hate it, but I was just really unsatisfied. You can see lots of little black speckles and spots where the foil just didn't pick up, right? Which is very different from what we see on this one. There's like one little, no, that's just dust. You don't see that here. So it doesn't look terrible, especially from a distance, but I didn't love it. Definitely didn't look like what I had seen. And you can see, again, looking at this, I think is sometimes helpful. You can see a lot of those little jagged edges. You see a lot of little specks, which here you do not. So both of these were done with the exact same laminating machine. Both were done with CheerFoil from Pink and Main and the foilable from Pink and Main. So I don't know, but this is my most recent and worked better. So some other things that I tried, and you can kind of see, this is another one that when I tried it, it turned out really good. So this was done a while ago. So it definitely works sometimes, and I'm not sure if it's what I'm doing or if it's just the luck of the draw, but this one also worked well. And again, you can kind of see that in the foil, that it did actually pick up pretty nicely. This one also, this one was messed up, but it was kind of my own fault. So I basically took one thing that I tried when I learned that this could be used on toner printed things. I got very excited because I was like, I can make all my own foils. That's why I wanted the foils. I felt like I could make any design I wanted. And so I did print some things off on a toner printer, but they did not turn out well. So this one came out okay. I think the way that the foil streaks hides some of the imperfections. So it definitely foiled. This is just regular copy paper, printed on a toner printer, ran it through my laminator. But when you look at this, you can see all of that kind of mess that didn't foil properly. And then the same thing with this one. I tried this one, and you can just see there's tons of black showing through. I mean, and this could be a look somebody might like or might want to use, but it is definitely not what I was looking for. And again, you can see it's just, it barely picked up. There's lots of residue left behind. So these are from a toner printer, a laser, not an inkjet, a laser printer. So if you have tips on how to make that work, that would be amazing, because I would love to see that. And here's another one. This actually, if you get the little bits box from Mommy Lay, it's a wonderful subscription. She sends you the digitals for free as a part of her kit. So I was like, ooh, that would be perfect. And again, I think it's this lovely pink foil that kind of conceals. It's cute. I would put it on something. It definitely, like, depending on how you look at it, you can see little glints of that foil, but also I think there's a lot of that black speckle in there. It's definitely kind of hard to see. So it didn't work great. It worked okay. So the toner from a toner printer, that was a no-go. That was not very successful in my opinion. Some of the other things that I tried, so this one again, definitely does not look as good as this one, but I think that's because I took scraps. So I was just getting really frustrated and I didn't want to waste more foil, so I cut off a scrap from the bottom of this, and it wasn't quite big enough. So I was like, well, let me just piece them together and see what happens. And this is what happened. So if you do try to piece foil pieces together, it's not, again, not terrible. It did the job, but you can definitely see this line. There, you can see that black line between the two. And you can tell from here I'd overlapped them. So there definitely wasn't like a gap between them. It just, that overlap was enough to cause a break in the image. So another thing that you could try, but maybe wouldn't work exactly like you'd want. And then these last two, these are ones, this is a foilable image, but I tried to use a foil that was just from like Amazon. And you can see, again, lots of those little speckles. So I don't know if that was the foil as part of it. And then this one, this one came out not too bad. It's a foilable using the CheerFoil, but then I was like, let me try running it again. And I shifted the sheets to see if maybe shifting it, the little black spots would pick up, you know, some of the residue foil and fill them in. I think maybe they did a little bit, but mostly what it did is it made a mess of my sheet. I think it pulled out some of the toner, left some extra residue. So I do not advise doing that. So I have run some of these through more than once. Running it through more than once does not seem to be a problem. Running it through more than once after shifting it, definitely not a good idea. So the last one that I did here that worked really well, here is what I did. And again, hopefully I can get a pattern of things that I wanted to share. I was so excited that it finally worked the way I wanted it to. So I heated my laminator for quite a while, which I've actually been doing every single time. So I don't think that's the variable here. I used my lovely new brush. It's been suggested that you should brush off your, both the toner, the foil, the back side, and then the sheet that you're going to be foiling before running it through. And I did that with my beautiful new little brush, and I don't know if that was the thing that made the big difference, but that definitely, this came out a lot better. The other thing that I learned that I just tried is that you need to let it cool. So I would pull it out and I'd be so excited. I'd instantly want to see if it worked, and I'd peel it apart, and then I would get, you know, this chunky little image with all these little spots. But this time I waited. I put it on the corner of my desk. I let it fully cool, and then I peeled it. And so hopefully, if you are trying to foil at home with toner sheets, this is not like the hot foil plates. This is the toner activated foil. and you don't want to buy a ink machine, but you have a laminator, I suggest you follow all those tips that people have said. And when I put them all together, really hot machine, dust off the sheets, let it cool completely, I got a beautiful image. So yay, I am excited, and hopefully this helps some of you to learn from my experiments as you play with your own foil. Bye, happy crafting.